Robocop. Easily one of my favorite movies. I think that's because it contains all the elements I want in a movie, condensed into one package. I feel that films, like many art forms, tend to serve two basic goals. Many movies can be fun, escapist entertainment, while others are a form of artistic expression that audiences can connect with on an emotional level, and think about on intellectual ones. Many great movies do both, and Robocop is an excellent example of this. It has a little bit of everything I want in a movie, maintaining the balance of a fun action film with contemporary cultural commentary, but held together with a powerful story full of heart, exploring the very nature of what it means to be a human being. The truth is, though, that I hold this movie in such high regard that I've honestly spent a lot of time procrastinating on this video, and later contemplating how to best pay tribute to the film. So, I called in for some reinforcements.
Hi guys, it's the Walking Zuzu Dead here, king of the anime and manga boxes and a lover of all things geeky here on YouTube. So my good friend Merlin wants me to tell you guys why the 1987 cult classic movie Robocop is so goddamn good.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
I'd buy that for $1. I've always loved the hidden depth of Robocop because most people think it's a stupid, dumb action movie with a robot cop when it couldn't be any more different than that. It's all about brilliant satire. You know, Murphy becomes like a resurrected robot Jesus at the end of the film, walking on water. You know, you've got the TV commercials like the car, the 2000 SUX, the military board game Nukem, the newscast. You know, in this world, everything's like hyper violent. There's a lot of like media influence, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of capitalism. There's so much satire, it's brilliant. Another theme that I really love about this movie is the theme of like what it truly means to be human. Because we sort of get that sort of question of like, is Murphy still human or is he like a brain in a jar? Is he more of a ghost in the shell? And I like how the movie progresses. Murphy sort of like starts to get some of his own identity back, but you've still got the questions of, is he really still human? Because you've got like that awesome emotional line where he's like, he can remember his family, but he can't feel them. And then for special effects, like, oh my god, the special effects, you know, 30 years later are still epic. I mean, look at that steel mill when the guy crashes into the toxic waste and he's like, help man, and he's all melting and he just explodes over the car. Or when Murphy, when he's still a human, gets blown up the shotgun to pieces. I mean, the Ed 209, that sort of, that's aged kind of terribly because it's a model. But if you look at Robocop's suit and when he has his helmet off and the skin going around and you see it sort of like merging with the robotics, looks to this day absolutely incredible. I could go on about things like the theme tune and so many incredible quotes and so many amazing action scenes like the petrol station or the cocaine lab, but I just don't have the time. In the comment section down below, I want to know from you guys out there, why is Robocop so damn good?
Robocop is a film that first introduced me to the concept of cyborgs and robotics in general. Through the viewpoints of OCP is an easy understanding of Murphy's suffering of his stolen humanity. His body, who once belonged to his family, has been reduced to being a product for OCP, or more vividly, a demonstration of greed stemmed from human competition. While Dick Jones and Clarence Boddicker are often the ones labeled as the villains, Bob Morton is quite evil too. His decision of somehow creating the Robocop project shows how little he cares for the deceased, be it Kenny, whom he knew, or the remains of Alex Murphy. But Bob Morton made a mistake, but it also shows how much Detroit follows the law of the jungle. Just about anyone can receive some form of karma. Probably the best example is Emil, who had his life ended in the most unexpected transformation. And maybe that's part of Robocop's magic, just witnessing these surprises, such as Ed 209 being so faulty that it's defeated by a flight of stairs, or Robocop shooting a rapist's balls off. Violence is certainly a key component in Robocop, which was intended to be ridiculous and perhaps was so off the wall that it may hinder the experience for some viewers, as the graphic nature often distracted them from the heart elements of Murphy's torment. A scene that stands out to prove there's more to this film than gunshots is Robocop gaining his memories back as he walks around his empty home. He remembers his son and wife at the discovery of a burned photograph, which adds layers to this scene. The fact that the picture was burned signifies that a distraught Miss Murphy was trying to forget her dead husband. Admittedly, it doesn't go any deeper than that, but Robocop dives into plenty of messages in what easily could have been a B movie. Robocop 1987 remains as one of my favorite films, and it always will be.
You want to know why Robocop is so great? Besides being from my city, from Detroit, besides having those cool, gun movements and armor, man, and all that other stuff, especially him trying to fight his humanity and his identity. I think one of the things I like about Robocop, man, is that in the first movie, he shot somebody in the mushroom tip, bro. Like, think about it, bro. He shot somebody in the mushroom tip, bro, with perfect accuracy, man. I don't know why that's like one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie, but that was pretty cool, man. Like, what action hero shot somebody in the mushroom tip? Stallone? Nope. Arnold Schwarzenegger? Please. Steven Seagal? No. It was Alex freaking Murphy, aka Robocop, though. Yeah, we could talk about the scenes where he's like crying, trying to regain his humanity, but nah, it was just Robocop shooting a villain in the dick. That was awesome. Yeah. Yep, that was awesome.
Thanks for the help, guys. That gave me some more time to think. Many of my favorite movies I loved when I was younger. Sometimes I wonder how much nostalgia drives one's particular love of something. With Robocop, I loved it as a kid, though for reasons that I did not really know at the time. It has elements of a great film in that you can come back to it and appreciate it in different ways over the years. As a kid, the over-the-top violence and basic ideas of good versus evil were what drew me in, and that's certainly still the case now. I didn't get the satire as much, though I was still entertained by the energy of it. The aspect that has remained most consistent for me, though, was the story of Murphy himself. Peter Weller truly is Robocop to me, and his performance keeps in an extraordinary balance between the robotic and the human. Whether I watched it as a kid or as an adult, Murphy's struggle in losing his family and all other aspects of his identity was something that I can still connect with on some level. There are many great moments and quotable lines in the movie, but when thinking about what exemplifies it at its purest, I think of the final scene. After beating all the bad guys and saving the day, he is asked his name. Considering the basic premise of the movie, Murphy could have easily answered Robocop. However, since the story is about a man rediscovering himself, he answers Murphy and gives a slight smile. One could argue that it's a bittersweet ending in some ways, and it is, but there is some real victory for him there. Although he appeared to be stripped of all his humanity, through one human connection with his partner Lois, he was able to rediscover himself. At the end of the movie, he's not Robocop. He's Alex Murphy, a good man who chose to be a cop, to help people, and maybe liked the idea of being a superhero, to make his son proud. The whole time, it turns out we weren't following Robocop. Robocop is just a product by OCP, thinking they can replace people with machines to become more efficient at fighting crime. Ultimately, though, it's the will of Murphy that breaks through. He may have lost much, but in the end, he remembers the best aspects of himself. Just thinking about the name, Robocop could have easily been some low-budget schlock that came out and was just as corny as it sounded. It probably could have gotten cult status, but perhaps not for the same reasons. Whether it's for the powerful story of identity and emotion, a bittersweet tale of revenge, a commentary on corporate power, or just a movie about a robotic cop who takes down drug kingpins and robots that growl like dinosaurs, Robocop has a little of everything, and does it all wonderfully. This movie somehow transcends a potentially silly premise, and remains as one of the greatest science fiction films I've ever seen. And for me, that's Robocop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
I'd buy that for $1.
Come quietly, or there will be trouble.
I killed Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake. I'm cashing you out, Bob.
Your move, creep.
client's a scumbag, you're a scumbag, and client's... Your client's a scumbag, you're a scumbag, and scumbags see the judge on Monday morning. Now get your golf... Your client's a scumbag, you're a scumbag, and scumbags see the judge on Monday morning. So take... Your client's a scumbag, you're a scumbag, and scumbags see the judge on Monday morning. Now get out of my office and take Laughing Boy with you. Old Detroit has a cancer. That cancer is crime. Can you fly, Bobby? If I keep going, I'll do them all, so feel free to let me know your favorite Robocop quote in the comments. Alright, everybody, stay magical. I'm cashing you out, Bob.